Hey guys, today I'm doing my out-of-box review for the premium Bandai HG Build Fighters Accelerate GNX, and I've got to say, I had a lot of fun with this kit. This is a pretty cool kit for sure. It's too bad that it was P-Bandai, because that's going to make it a little bit harder for people to get, a little bit more expensive I should say, but if it's worth it, I don't know, because pretty much it's based on the older kit of the GNX, the original kit, and most of that is there. It's pretty much what I expected it to be, and there's good and bad points to that. It's what I expected it to be in that the base kit is pretty solid in terms of the articulation and the proportions, everything. I do like how the original high-grade GNX kit looks in general, but it does come with some of the drawbacks of that kit, and that it is a little bit lacking in articulation in a couple of points, and it is pretty heavy in the seam lines on the original parts. The new parts are all pretty good, but they're all kind of like accessory or kind of like add-on parts put on top of like the regular parts. So there's not too much in the way of seam lines for the new parts on the kit. It is a little bit sticker heavy too, which isn't really too bad, but I'll point those out to you if you can't tell. It's basically all the little smaller color laps are mostly all stickers on this kit. You can probably tell just by looking at it for a lot of them. Well, let's take a look up close and we'll point some of those out. Now here in the head, behind that clear part in the forehead, there is just a foil sticker that goes behind there that makes that shine nice and brightly. Actually, that clear part is just plain clear, and the foil sticker is like a blue foil sticker, like what goes behind the GN drive here in the chest. So that's just a blue foil sticker and then a plain clear part over the top of that. That looks really good. I would actually probably use that like even on a painted kit, to use that foil sticker instead of painting underneath there, because it looks really good. And so here in the head as well, that looks nice. You have a sticker for the eyes as well, which is pretty normal for a high grade kit. You do have a little bit of a seam line there actually on the chin. The two sides of the head come together there at the chin. You could keep that separate if you want, like that, but if you want to get rid of that seam line, it's probably going to be a little bit tricky. Here on the side of the head, we have stickers there for those white circles on the left and the right side. There are some safety nubs on the head as well. On 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 points of that white part on the head have some safety nubs on there. So I cut and sanded those down. Articulation of the head going up is not that far because it's blocked by this part at the back. So you can't really put the head up very far unless you kind of move it forward. And yeah, no, not really. But down goes plenty far down like so. Here, by the looks of this small waist, you'd think it'd be kind of similar to like an IBO kit with a lot of nice waist articulation, but actually not really. Forward and back, side to side, nothing. All you can do is just kind of rotate that, and that's going to be about it. Makes up for that a little bit here in the shoulder though, as this whole shoulder joint will swing up and down, and this part for the side of the chest is kind of just on a ball joint there, so that can move freely along with the shoulder. So while that point of articulation is nice, it pretty much ends there, because that's about as high as you can bring the arm up. Not very high. Of course, this big shoulder armor is kind of getting in the way with this part here, so even if the joint was better, it wouldn't really have much room to go. But that's really as far as you're going to be able to get the arm up, unfortunately. Now here at the arm, it's just kind of as usual, rotates there at the top, and then a single bend in the elbow giving you just about 90 degrees. Also a little bit disappointing point of articulation here. And then the wrist, of course, is just on a ball joint. As you can see here on the side of the arm, we have gray circle stickers, one here at the hand and one here on the elbow. For the new parts on the shoulder, these look really nice. So this part going over the top, and then this part kind of here in the back, this very large vent kind of thing here. And these parts on the side of the shoulder are new here, of course, so these will rotate around. That's actually on a ball joint, so you can kind of change the angle of that a little bit if you want, not too much. And then we have stickers here for the white tips on the edge of these little fins here. I like these. It's kind of a really cool, unique look to that. Also, as you may have noticed on the arm, here's some of the worst seam lines on the kit. So down this part at the top of the arm, and the forearm as well, seam right down the center of that. Before we move further down the kit, back here on the backpack, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these little gray stickers going around the GN drive, 4 of these ones here on the green part, and then 4 on the white part. As you'd expect with this kit, you do have a lot of leftover parts from the original kit, including the original GN drive, which looks very similar, but it is going to be slightly different, so it is a new part for that. I think these parts are a little bit more pronounced where you're going to be sticking the stickers on, but otherwise the shape is pretty similar. While we're here at the back of the waist, you can see there's 2 big gray stickers here for these kind of vent details there. And then you'll notice this plug here, and that's actually not to plug any weapons, but that's actually where you're going to plug in the action base connector, because up underneath there's nothing there. You could drill a hole and put one in there if you wanted, but we're going to be plugging this onto the back, which is a little bit unique. So we'll take a look at that. This kit actually does come with a stand, so that's plus points there. Here on the side of the skirts though, there's a sticker there, another gray sticker, but there's actually a seam line running right through the center of that. So you can see right through this hip part, these skirt armor is all new in this case, so There's a seam right there. That one's going to be a little bit tricky, but this side skirt armor will move up and down like so. As you'd imagine, the back skirt doesn't move at all, so didn't talk about that, but that's pretty easy to imagine. And then the front skirts will move up and down like so. They're just on a hinge and kind of move up a little bit more than 90 degrees there. Is mech boner here, looking pretty nice. And the hips are just connected on a ball joint, so you can really only get them to about this wide, not very wide, but you can get them forward as far as they'll go before this huge thigh part starts to get in the way. But some cool color separation here, and that you can like see the gray part inside this little vent. These are new pieces here for the thighs. But then we can rotate the leg at the top. There's a joint there, so you can rotate that. We can bend the knee, and this part on the back of the leg will bend along with that, like so. So pretty nice knee bend. A seam running right down the middle of those white parts there. Another sticker here on the front of this foot. This front ankle guard will move up and down. Ankles will move side to side just a little bit. We've got some more stickers here for these gray circles on the inside and outside of the ankles. Well, it looks like it should. Unfortunately, the toe doesn't move at all on its own, as the green part for the foot is all one green piece. You can see there underneath some hollow spaces there as well. But the foot will move forward to there, which is pretty nice, back to about there, which is pretty good. So forward and back articulation is nice, and be careful of this part, it keeps popping off. So overall, I got to give it a rating of a little bit seam heavy, and the articulation is average, not very good. But that is made up just by its cool look and its cool weapons and accessories and stuff that it's got. So let's talk about that. As I mentioned, we do have a bunch of leftover parts. A couple of notable ones here would be this original rifle here. You can use this if you want. It has the secondary handle on there, and this is the connection part which will plug into the forearm, and this can just be held in the hand like so. So you can use this with the kit if you want, or you can give this to a different kit. We do also have the full original GNX head, which doesn't have the clear part because you only get one of those, so it's used in that head. But if you did want to use this head instead, you can use that. Then for our accessories of the kit, we've just got a stand here, so it's nice that this does include the base, which I guess actually it will be needing to be looking like that to plug into the back skirt. We have our optional open hand for the kit, which is nice. Nice to have that. As you can see on the kit, it's just got two regular holding hands, so it's nice to have a different option hand here as well, and the open hand looks pretty nice. And then we've got his GN skis. Yes, he has skis that he skates on, so you'll just kind of lift this up and these attach onto the feet. So now, basically what you need to do is just take off the green parts on the feet, and then you can put these on instead of those. So I'll put those on in a minute. Obviously you can't really stand very well with these on. I guess you could like balance it, but that's why they give you the included stand. So these can be plugged onto the feet, but when not in use on the feet, you can actually plug these onto the shoulders as well. So I'll show you that as well here in a minute. We have those. All right, so next we have this new really cool shield here. So this is using some parts from the original, like these would be kind of like front side skirts. These are kind of like on the side of his waist, but then the main part of the shield is new. And then we have our two beam saber handles here and the handle here, so this actually plugs onto the side of the arm, and then this goes up into the hand. So then of course we have our two beam saber effect parts, which can be plugged in here. You could take these out of course and just hold the beam sabers in the hand, but for use with the shield it's going to look a little something like this. Very cool looking. And then similarly we have the shield rifle. So this is using obviously the gun barrel of the original kit, but then some new parts here for this part. This also plugs onto the side of the arm, and nothing to actually hold in the hand here. And you can see there's actually two different points where you could plug this onto the side of the arm. It's meant to be plugged in here so that the hand will be kind of actually on top of the gun. So I really like this as well. Now let's get this up on the stand and see how it looks with this stuff. So yeah, those skis are pretty ridiculous, but I mean, I knew that I had those when I got the kit, so fortunately I also knew that there was a way to pose the kit without those actually being on the feet. So I'll switch that up here in a minute, but I gotta say the limits of the articulation are definitely showing more so now when I'm actually trying to pose the kit. I'm thinking that this is probably going to end up being one of those kits that is better off just kind of just standing, looking really cool, not really doing anything too dynamic, because I don't think that's going to be the strong point of this kit here. Now, of course, all of that can be modified if you want to give it some better articulation. That all comes down to how far you want to take it in terms of doing any extra work on the kit. But as far as what you're getting straight out of the box, don't expect it to be doing any extreme super poses. But you gotta admit, it does still look really cool, especially the new parts. I think the new parts especially look really nice, especially the weapons and those big fins on the shoulder just look so cool. And I like the new front skirts as well. Front and back skirts, how they just have that just more angular look to them rather than the traditional GNX, which is very curvy, doesn't really have a whole lot of straight lines and things like that on it. Also, for anyone wondering if you could switch the weapons onto the opposite arms, yes you can, there's no problem doing that at all. And if you can stand with the skates on, yes you can, but he does fall over quite easily. One unfortunate point that I will point out again is just the fact that that base does come in handy, not only just for keeping the kit up off of its skis and in an airborne position, but you can utilize that to make up for lost articulation by just having the base up in a kind of more extreme angle like this. Then you can kind of, you don't have to get super extreme with the articulation of the actual kit. And while I have made very clear that there are a lot of stickers on the kit, I really don't think that the kit is going to be too difficult to paint. Most of the areas where the stickers are going to be very easy enough to just mask and paint by hand. And the parts that have seams are going to be relatively easy to get rid of the seams, but most of all of the parts are pretty well segmented in a way that this kit really shouldn't be too difficult to paint, so that shouldn't make it too much of a headache if you are planning on painting it. Now let's say you're like me and you're not a fan of the skis, so when they're not on the feet, you're actually going to connect these onto the shoulders. So the first thing we need is to take off these parts that are currently on the shoulders here. Now you got him looking like that, and I do have to say, I think he does look pretty cool when he's just like stripped down and just very simple here without anything big and flashy on it. But what you're going to do is attach this onto the side. You can see there's a hole here. This will attach onto there like that. Now he's getting a little extra bulky, and then we'll attach these things which were on the side now here onto the front like so, and that is looking pretty crazy. It looks crazy when they're on the feet, and I dare say it looks even stranger when they're on the shoulders. So once those are on, he's like that, and chest piece don't come off. And there we go. Now you'll notice I took off the weapons in order to put these on because yeah, with these on there, it's really difficult to get the weapons on there. You can squeeze them in, but it's definitely, you're working in like really packed quarters there, so you really don't have a lot of space for this stuff to fit in between there. You can make it work, but yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit of a tricky juggling act. But yeah, so there you go. You can see this stuff is just like crashing into each other the whole time, so that's a little bit of a mess, but I do think it does look impressive. Alright, so that's pretty much going to do it for the review. As you'll notice, I have changed up the base because the base that is included with the kit, while it does work good for action poses, I think, if you want to just do a standing pose like this, the angle that it is at is actually just not quite good. It's either too far up or too far down, so I switched up to my Kotobukiya base here for this one. Probably what I'll end up eventually doing is just having it just standing in this pose. I like this pose when it's all weaponed up with those big, huge parts on the shoulders. I think look pretty cool. You could, I think, maybe do without the little white parts on the skis. Those are kind of the main things that are like really getting in the way. So if you didn't really care about having those parts on there, you could get those out of there, and then you could have those shoulder parts crashing into the weapons a little less. I do like the part with like the parts that were originally on the sides of the shoulders with the little fins there, those long fins sticking up. Having those on the front is really cool. It's just kind of a really unique, interesting looking mobile suit now. The feet are original to the original kit, so that's why they're a little bit large. They're a little bit large for my taste. Probably what I'll end up doing with this eventually whenever I get to it is shaving down the sides of the feet, making them a little less wide. As they are, though, the feet do work really well for the kit to just stand. It doesn't have any problem standing as well, just because of those nice wide feet, but for mine I'll probably try to size those down a little bit just to match the overall proportions that I'm looking for. But overall, it's a cool kit. I can't really recommend it for everyone just because it's a P-Bandai kit, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive. And to be honest, it's not like the greatest kit. A lot of stickers, a lot of articulation is hindered by the older design. And so that it doesn't work very well, but I think it looks cool, so I'm happy with this. If you think it looks cool, then I'm sure you'll enjoy it well enough as well. The color is really cool. It's something I haven't really mentioned, but I didn't think I did mention it in the unboxing. But yeah, I really like the colors of this. I'll probably change them up a little bit, but I think they're pretty cool. That like creamish color and that mint green and that kind of light brownish gray color for like the frame parts really work well together. So that's one thing that I really like about this design as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you do still have any other further questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. See you next time.